Good morning, everybody. Blaine Austin here at Sewing Machines Plus, and welcome to our Thursday live show. Hey, we're glad you're here. We've got a great show for y'all today. We have Kate Quinn here from Janome, and we're going to talk all about the M6 today with her, but we also got a lot of product we're going to talk about that we have a huge summer sale on, and we've got some great savings for you today. We're going to talk about six different products today, 3 Janome, 3 Brother. But today we're going to actually do a demonstration with Kate Quinn, and she's going to be doing talking all about that M6 and what a great machine from Janome. We're going to talk about that. We got a lot of dates we got to do. Kennedy, got Kennedy in here in the studio with me this morning.
Morning.
Hey, and we got Kyle is with Kate. Kyle's going to be running the cameras this morning, isn't he? Mm-hmm. So we got him with Kate. Kate's actually here in our retail store in San Marcos this morning. She's here, and we're doing an event this weekend with her in store. But she came out a day early just to do our live event, so we're sure appreciate her doing that. So it's going to be pretty awesome. Before we get too deep in the show, I got to say a big shout out to some of the SMP Nation watching out there today. Hey, we got a newbie out there today, Kennedy, Miss Parker. Thanks for joining in. She's brand new, and y'all make her feel welcome. The SMP Nation's out there going to make you feel welcome, Miss Parker. But we have Susan Nutter is in Arizona watching today. We have Janet Thomas in Georgia. We have Susanna Reyes in Florida. We have Diana Ludlam she's in Alabama, right? Mm-hmm. Alabama. And then we have Christy Moore over in Connecticut. So good morning to all y'all. Good afternoon. I'm glad you're here. Now, if you're brand new, this is your first time like Miss Parker's, put a number 1 in the chat right now just to let us know you're brand new, you're new. This is the first time you ever seen one of our shows. And I promise you the SMP Nation out there is going to make y'all feel really welcome. We have a huge following and so happy to have that. And thank y'all so much. So has everybody recovered from the auction last week? How many of y'all actually got to go to the auction? If you were in the live auction, it was a private auction. If you were in that auction, put a number 5 in the chat right now. Let us know. We had a ton of fun, and I know that y'all got some really good deals. And so I know the people that were in the studio audience were happy. I think there was a lot of people watching that were extremely happy of the deals they got. And so it was a ton of fun. So what's the chat look like, Kennedy?
Oh, yeah. Julie said she got her machine yesterday.
Awesome. Well, that's one thing that I was really happy to announce. Our warehouse crew, they got a lot of stuff shipped out the same day as the auction, and they got a lot of stuff shipped out on that Friday, and then Monday of this week they were shipping stuff. So they were trying to make sure they got everything shipped out like as fast as they possibly could. So I was pretty pumped about that. So big kudos to our warehouse crew over there. They really worked hard to try to get everybody's machine shipped to them on a timely manner. Got to talk to y'all before we get Kate in here. I want to talk to y'all a little bit about some of the dates that we've got coming up. Now, as y'all know, every Thursday we do this show. It's SMP Live, and it's at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Central. We're going to be on every Thursday. We always have, guest giveaways and some really good deals. And then on September the 9th through the 13th, that is SewFest. And if you're new here, like Miss Parker, what SewFest is every quarter we do a big festival that lasts an entire week, Monday through Friday. And we have demonstrations like every 30 minutes. We have some educational classes that we do on the show. We also have demonstrations throughout the day, and we have some really good deals on machines. So y'all don't want to miss that. So mark that on your calendars right now, the 9th through the 13th of September. October the 14th through the 18th is National Trade-In Week. So that is our National Trade-In Week. We will have a trade-in sale going on here. So you can get out some of those old machines that you have, dust them off, and give us a call up, and we can tell you what we can give you for it, and you can trade it in for something that you've been having your eye on for a while. And so that was pretty cool last year, wasn't it, Kennedy? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got a lot of trade-ins in, and so that's always a fun time. But 2 events I've got to talk about that are coming up pretty quick, Kennedy. Ooh. All right. July the 30th through August 1st. Now, this is coming up pretty quick, everybody. This is called the Qnique Experience. And you kind of see what I did there, didn't you, Kennedy? I kind of played off the word, like instead of unique, it's a Qnique experience.
Oh.
Well, the reason it's saying Qnique, because it's all about Grace. We're going to talk all about the Grace Qnique long arms. And what is so awesome, this is a 3-day event. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all the Qnique machines and we're going to take a project that we're going to start working on, and we're going to take it from machine to machine and take the project from start to finish using all the different Qnique machines. And you're going to get to see an in-depth look at all those machines. We're super excited about that. We're partnering up with Grace, and this is truly a unique event because it is a one-of-a-kind. This is a brainchild that we thought up of and put together, and we're super excited about it. The other event that is a one-of-a-kind event that you're only going to see it here, which until they copy us, but it's called the Floriani Total Control Summit. Now, this is going to be August 14th, 15th, and 16th. Now, let me kind of back up just a little bit. Now, the Qnique experience is absolutely free to you. It's going to be just like our regular show that we have. You get to see on YouTube and Facebook and all the other channels. And we'll have that advertised, and you'll be able to just go to our Facebook channel or our YouTube channel and see all that. This event, the Floriani Total Control Summit, is a paid event. It's $199, and you're going to get 3 days of all about digitizing and with the best in the business. We have Lori LaGrange, and we have Trevor Conquergood. Day one is going to be all with Trevor. He's going to take you through, why you should be digitizing. And then you're going to have the basic digitizing with the TCU Total Control University with Lori LaGrange. And then on day 3, you're going to be exploring Total Control University with Lori. And again, this is an event that Jennifer Gigas and I just dreamed up and came up with. Now, you're just going to say, well, for $199, what am I getting? You're going to get that instruction, excuse me, for 3 days, which is going to be incredible. But we're also going to give you a swag bag, and it's basically like a serger tote bag full of stuff, full of goodies. You're going to get USB sticks. You're going to get the Trevor Trove digital download. It's a TCU workshop that you'll be able to get with him. You're going to get a $25 S&P gift card. You're getting all kinds of S&P swag that we're going to put in that bag. So it's truly, you're going to get enough. Kennedy, wouldn't you say that the swag bag is probably worth $199 by itself?
Oh, I mean, it's got to be at least more. I would say more, but that's me.
I mean,
I think there's way more in there than just $199.
Yeah, you're going to get a tremendous value with this event. Now, here's the kicker of this. If we're going to limit how many people can sign up for this, but if we do sell it out, we can get enough interest, we're going to do 2 events back to back, so everybody can do it. And the reason we're keeping it down to a smaller crowd is that way you'll be able to interact. You'll be able to ask questions and get your answers. And we're going to have people monitoring the chat while the event's going on. And you'll be able to ask them questions direct. So if we have, a couple hundred people, you can't do that. But with, a smaller crowd, we can do that. So that's kind of the way we're doing it. So if you are interested in us, Kennedy's going to put the link up in the chat for you right now. Make sure you go sign up right now. And that way, because if we don't have enough interest for a second event, let's say that we take the first 50 and we have the first event, and then we only get 5 or 6 or 10 for a day 2 event, we may not do the second event, not a day 2, but a second event, because it's a 3-day event. So we'd have to have a completely different new event. So anyway, that's how we're going to do it. Make sure if y'all are interested, go sign up right now. And think about it, Kennedy. They're getting a $25 gift card, so they're actually getting $25 sent right back to them.
Yeah.
After they do it, they can use for anything in the purchasing. So great event. I cannot wait for this to happen. Lori and Trevor are just the best there is out there. And you're going to, if you've ever wanted to kind of know about digitizing, because I'm telling you right now, even quilters, Kennedy, are digitizing more and more every day.
Yeah.
And in making their own designs. And then embroidery, digitizing's been around forever. People making their digitized designs they want to put on their embroidery. So this is a really good thing. And Kennedy, you've used this software.
Yes.
What do you think about this software?
I am a big fan of TCU software. I think it's so good for anyone, regardless of what level you're at when you are embroidering. You can be up to a business if you're doing custom embroidery and custom designs for customers or clients or whatever it is, or you're just at home and you just want to up your game with your embroidery, or maybe like, for example, photo stitch. Photo stitch is a huge bonus on the TCU. You can take any picture and turn it into an embroidery design. The amount of pictures of dogs I've turned into embroidery designs is my favorite part about using TCU. But there's so many different features that anybody from just an at-home sewer or an embroiderer to up to a business can use and utilize, and it's so easy and user-friendly. So that's all. That's my spiel, Blaine.
That's a pretty good spiel, Kennedy. So anyway, y'all go sign up for that. I think you'll really get a lot out of it, and we're super excited about putting it on. We've got so much going on. We have a lot of the brand new top of the line machines that are coming out with all the different brands too. So we're having a big product launch party in our retail store in San Marcos. So if you hadn't signed up, I think there's about 100 and something signed up for that so far, Kennedy. So if you're local and you haven't signed up for that, or if you just want to fly in for it, hey, we welcome y'all to come. There's a lot of information on that as well. And if you need some, you can just email info@SewingMachinesPlus.com. And that's my wife, Michelle. She'll answer your email, and she will send that to you, the information to you for that. But I forgot the exact date. I think it's the September 31st.
I'm going to get it.
Kennedy's looking for it right now. So if y'all want to come and see all the brand new top of the line machines that are coming out with, Bernina's got a brand new one, Baby Lock, Brother's got new machines. We're going to also have the C17 Janome doing demos on that. We're also going to have the Epic 3 Viking there doing demos on that new machine. So,
August 31st.
August 31st. So that's going to be the new product launch party. It's in the San Marcos location out here. So if you want more information about that, give us an email, and we can try to get that to you if you want to fly in for it. It's going to be incredible. Over 100 people signed up for it so far. We got some of the best educators in the business coming out to do the demonstration, so live in person. So, and there's going to be other things there too, not just besides those companies. They've got a lot of new products that we're going to be showing, so that'll be awesome. What else we got talking about, Kennedy? We got Comic-Con coming up next weekend, right?
Yes. Next
week.
We're
going to be doing San Diego Comic-Con next weekend, and Kennedy will be down there next Thursday. So she's going to report to you live. We're going to bring her on live, hopefully.
We're not allowed.
We can't do that, can we?
We're not allowed.
Yeah, they won't allow us to do live streaming from Comic-Con because Kennedy's going to be there. She's going to get some videos and things like that, so we'll be able to show it probably the next week. But yeah, they won't let us do live streaming for some reason. It was kind of weird. We were trying to get that all worked out. And but we've got the Janome booth we're going to be running there. We got some Janome representatives going to be with us. We've got 3 ladies that are in cosplay that are going to be there in our booth. So if you are local and you want to go down there and check it out, I would highly recommend to go if you've never been. It's pretty crazy from what I hear. And so we'll be there next weekend. And we're already making plans for Road to California. Can you believe that? In January. We're already planning January. The other thing dates I want to tell y'all about too, this year, y'all know that we do Countdown to Christmas show. We're going to do that a week earlier than we normally do. So what we're going to be doing is Cyber Monday, we have a big show, as y'all know. That's on December the 2nd this year. And then December the 3rd through the 6th is Countdown to Christmas. So we're just going to have the entire week that we're going to do. Monday will be the Countdown to Christmas, and then Tuesday through Friday will be Monday will be Cyber Monday, and then Tuesday through Friday will be Countdown to Christmas. So we'll have our old buddy Jane Klaus back in, going to help us co-host, and Kyle and Kennedy get to dress up again, and it's going to be lots of fun. And we'll have a ton of giveaways for you as today. So If y'all want to win something today, all you have to do is participate in the show. Excuse me. Just make comments, ask questions, and that'll get you entered. So are y'all ready to get going? I'm ready to see this M6. We have Kate Quinn here. Now, Kate is a national educator for Janome, very talented. She lives out in New Mexico, originally from California. She's grew up in, I think, the Coronado area, if I remember, or Corvina. Can't remember which. She'll probably tell us.
Corona?
I think it's Corvina, maybe.
Corvina? Covina? West Covina?
I don't know. Or maybe it's, what's the town? Coronado? No.
Coronado? That's down in San Diego, yeah.
No, what's this up there? What's up in Orange County?
There is that's going into LA. West Covina, there's
well, Kate's gonna have to tell us.
Yeah, we're gonna have to confirm.
I completely forgot. So y'all make a big SMP welcome to Kate Quinn.
Hey everybody, so glad to be here. I'm really excited to be part of the SMP Nation today.
Hey Kate,
I know you guys have a lot of great stuff.
Where did you grow up at again?
So I laugh when you said West Covina, because people, if I say I'm from Covina, people will say, oh, you mean West Covina? No, Covina. I would have said
Covina,
West
okay.
Covina.
I thought
I
I had it
right here in SoCal, and I certainly love California. It's very close to my heart. My family is still here. So very excited to be back in this area and sharing with all my fellow sewers.
Well, we get you for a couple of days down here. I know tomorrow, this weekend, you're going to be doing a live event in our San Marcos store. So we're super excited about that. But the SMP Nation is very fired up to have you part of the SMP show today. And I love this machine we're going to talk about today. And to me, it is one of the most underrated machines on the market. It is, for one thing, it is just a great looking machine. And if you want to look at cosmetics, Kate, I absolutely love the screen being in the middle, because it makes sense. If you think about it, most of the time you're sewing, you're in the center of your machine, and most machines, the display's off on the right. This one's right there in front of you. I love that part of this. Yeah. Well,
so hey, you ready for me to take it away?
What's that?
Do you want me to take it away?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get going and do demo, and we'll see you back here in a few minutes.
Okay, you guys, so I agree. I think that this machine is absolutely beautiful. It has a ton of features. And for you to think about it, the way that it's structured is this machine has a lot of features that are available to be used, and it has a really good selection of standard accessories, but it's also designed so that you can purchase the accessories that you need or that you want that match up with your sewing. So that way you can get what you need out of it. And you're not going to easily outgrow this machine because it has a lot of features and a lot of power. So let's kind of do a quick overview of what you're seeing. We'll kind of start at the top here. And this is such a great feature. This is the upright thread delivery, that vertical thread delivery. It's really smooth, and it makes sure that we can feed that thread nicely and have beautiful stitches. It does have two posts right there. One is typically used for bobbin winding. Because this machine has a separate motor, I can wind my bobbin at the same time that I'm sewing. If I see that I'm getting close, I can have that next one ready to go and let it wind while I'm sewing. I can also use that for twin needle. This one right here will feed directly into the machine, and we'll show you that threading path in just a moment. But a really nice feature to have this. Then I don't have to worry if I'm trying to use mini cones or cones. I get terrific thread delivery, and I really love that. One of the big features that's really obvious when you look at this machine right away is how much space that you have. This is approximately 18 inches, just shy of 18 inches for your thread, your bed of the machine. And from your needle to the edge of the harp here is about 13.5 inches. So from this needle position here, you get a lot of room. And if you're a quilter, you also get a good amount of height. So if you're working to try and bunch up a big quilt, you actually have a lot of room for that to be able to maneuver and not get crushed or bunched up or smushed so that you can't move. So this space here is one of the most important and obvious features of this machine. It's really powerful and it works great. Let me just show you real quick. I'm going to stick my hand here. Look at the lighting that we have on this machine, and even right here. There are 9 lamps on this machine in 4 different locations. Makes it super easy for you to see your project and to see what you're doing. And the ergonomic design of this machine, it's cut away slightly. So if I'm sitting right at the machine and I'm looking down, this angle right here lets me look right into the foot and the needle. So I get a really good view of my workspace right there. So these are the obvious things on the machine. I'm going to just show you real quick. We'll kind of focus on the buttons just so you can see what you have. This bullseye button is the tie-off button, but Janome also uses it for a lot of specialty features. Like if I need to do a locking stitch and I want to tell the machine start now, I can sometimes use 1 or 2 of these buttons to tell the machine. And right on the screen, you don't have to guess. When I do something like that, it'll have a little bullseye button or a little reverse button right on the screen to say, this is the button you push to tell the machine that I'm done with my stitching. So all of the communication here with the screen is really, really easy to use. Let me just, I'll key in on a couple of these things. If we look at the top right here, these buttons are blue. If I touch it, it's going to activate it. And if I touch it again, it turns it off. So here, this is single needle. And if I'm using my twin needle, I just let the machine know. And that way it can tell me if I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing with the twin needle. So this is really easy to use. You'll often see this box. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It means that the machine just wants you to make an active choice so that you know that it's making a change. So you can consciously do that without accidentally making a change. This is your feed dogs right here with the little jagged teeth, so I can have my feed dogs up. You'll see right away that it knows that something has changed. So now I've got the free motion foot, and with the feed dogs up, I'll be using my regular sewing foot. So the machine is very smart. This right here, this is an accessory feature that is an option for this machine. And what it is the dual feed option. So we're going to share the optional accessories at the end. So right at the beginning, we'll focus on the things that are included, but I do want you to know that this feature is available for you. And that's one of the features that we were talking about, where you can get the things that you want with the machine and you can add the features that are important to you. So that helps keep the cost of this machine really low and really accessible and lets you get the things that you want to sew with the machine. This last button is just a really quick view of the stitches. So you can see I have 11 pages. I have over 400 different stitches, including 5 alphabets that can be used. And you can quickly just go through here. Instead of having to hunt and peck around, I can just scroll through these 11 pages and say, oh, I like that one. And then by touching that, I could go right to that stitch right away. So this just really makes it easy. If you have 400, that could be sometimes hard to find what you want. So the X is always closing the screen and bringing you back to your status quo. So we've shown you these things on the top. Let's kind of move right along to these buttons, and I'll kind of point with my stylus. This right here is the straight stitch center needle position, or zigzag. This is the utility menu, and you can see right at the top, it tells you right away. So you don't have to guess where you're at. You're right on the utility menu, and I can scroll to the next page. So 41 stitches, and they're all numbered right there. So I can easily go through there. Let's just select this one stitch. You can see that it's got the blue highlight. And let's say I want to make a change. Anytime that I want to create some changes in the existing stitch, I open this blue triangle. I'll do it one more time so you can see this little plus or minus button. And you can see right here, this is my stitch length. 4.5 is the center needle position. The needle's right in the middle. This machine has a capacity for a 9mm stitch. So 4.5 will always be center needle position for this machine when you're using the standard plates. Okay, so let's open this up. Right here, I quickly can see all the settings for the stitch. Center needle position, my stitch length. Let's say we want to make it a little smaller. We'll make a tighter stitch. So now it's 1.9mm. The tension is 3. And this is the presser foot pressure. And right here, we mentioned that this is the AccuFeed system. And you can see that it's blanked now because it's not active. So if we were to turn that system on, then we would have some adjustments there that we can do. Also on the screen, we can save a favorite stitch. So we made some changes. If I want to put that in the computer and save it for my project that I'm working on, I can save it. And when I'm done with that project, I can throw it away. And if I just want to go back to my default, I can just press the default setting and automatically the machine is right back to the standard settings. So you don't have to remember if you've made a change. You can let the machine do it for you. And then when you don't need that information anymore, you could just clear it out. You have the options for these to be on or off. Favorite stitch is a selection that you can choose or you can turn it off. To close your setting menu, just press the blue. That's always where we go. We go open settings and close settings on those blue. Okay, so we kind of shown you this screen and I'm just going to kind of walk across. Each of these is like a little file folder as you go across the top. So when I touch the next one, this is the buttonhole options right there. We have 12 Sensormatics and one that's automatic, where you just put the button in there and it'll do it for you. So you have ones for any type of project. And again, you can change the opening of the button if you need it to be wider because your button's thicker, or you can do a tighter satin. All of those settings, just like we said before, when you open up the settings menu, all of those details are right there. And as you continue sewing buttons, it'll be able to remember with the Sensormatic ones, it can remember some of those settings. So you could sew the same buttonhole again and again until you're finished with that buttonhole. Okay, so we've been through these two tabs. These are all of the decorative stitches right here with the scroll, and they're all organized, so it's really easy for you to find one to match up with the style that you're doing. Let me just show you some of these really cute ones that we have. We've got a little elephant and a little sheep. You can just touch that again. It'll bring you back, and we can go to some of these lifestyle ones, a little umbrella, a little car. And we didn't share this right here. You see these little hearts right there? I'm going to touch this. You can see now that it has nothing. We'll do apple and put a few different stitches in there. This is the combination stitch option. So you'll see now that they look different. So when I select that, it's going to let me make whatever pattern I want. You can use that for lettering, labels, things like that. And the arrows right here, if I want to say delete the little spool, I can go backwards until I get to the stitch I want to delete, and I can just throw it away. So now I can do that, and I can just repeat that. So it'll go through the whole combination, and then it'll go back to the beginning and continue sewing. You can even add locking stitches into this right there. So really easy to use all of these decorative stitches here. We'll turn this off. Okay. It says, you're going to be deleted? Yes. Okay. It just wants you to make an active choice. So there's no right or wrong. It's just helping you know that you're going to delete that if you touch those buttons. So there's your alphabets right there, quite a few. And I'll just open one so you could just see what they look like. You have specialty symbols, upper and lower case, and a large and small option. And you can, again, build those lettering and go back and forth if you missed a letter or you put the wrong letter in. Easy to adjust, and then you can even save that later if you wanted to. This feature right here, the next tab, is called tapering. So that would be where you would sew and you'd get to a corner and you could go the other direction, and you can change the angles right there in order to make those match up how you want them. So you can see all these angles right here. This will be your start, then the body of the stitch, and the connection as you turn the corner. And you can do infinity. And remember, as I told you before, if you use that bullseye button, with infinity, you'd sew along, and then when you're done, you touch that bullseye button, and that tells the machine, okay, that's the end of that line, and then it will do your tip right there. Or I can say I want 8 of those or 10 of those, and it will sew exactly how many that you want. So I've played with this a lot and then measured, what the size is so I can get my perfect little frame. And you have a lot of different choices of stitches to use with that. Really pretty decorative ones like this. 3 pages of different options. Look how gorgeous this one is. You can even see the tapering right on the screen of how it would transition right there. So the last one is my favorite, and I think this is a really special feature of Janome. This is called the Sewing Applications menu. So again, they use this tab system. You'll see we've got 1, 2, 3 tabs. The special features here are usually options that are not included with the machine that you would buy separately, like a ruffler foot, but they still have their own tab. This one is general sewing, and this one is quilting. So you'll see woven seaming, stretch seaming, curve seaming. So let's just pick one. And you'll see right here, it will usually give you the optional foot that they are recommending, and you are getting whatever the settings are. You can have a locking stitch or a tacking stitch. Just by selecting one of those, it'll change. And there's that little back button right there. So just like we talked about before, you would sew down until your stitch is finished and you want it to do that locking stitch. And then you would tell it, okay, my seam is ended. I'm going to press that reverse button, and the machine will know that that's automatically where you want that locking stitch, and it'll do it for you. So very, very easy to talk to the machine and get the settings that you want exactly. And you'll notice right here, we have curve stitching, and the stitch length is 1.5. The reason for that is because when you're going around the curve, that smaller stitch lets you follow the curve better. So this is set up to make a beautiful curved stitch. So you don't really have to think too hard. It's doing a lot of the work for you. That doesn't mean I can't change my settings. I can still come in and change that stitch length if I want to. So it's going to give you the presets that automatically work with whatever the topic is, but always, always you can customize the stitches to fit what you want and the way that you sew. All right, so let's close that setting menu, and we'll go back to this right here. So these are all the different things that come with this machine. I'm going to just show you real quick some of the feet that go with it, and then what we'll do is we'll talk about some of the quilting features after we show the feet. So I took out all of the feet and the plate that actually comes with the machine that are in the box. These are called the standard accessories. Things like the spool cap, the needles, the thread net, things like that that are with every machine. I didn't pull those out, but here you're going to get an open and a closed free motion foot. So these are the spring hopping feet, and I'll show you those on the screen where you could use those. Or if you're just using regular straight stitch, you can lower those feed dogs and you'll see that it'll activate for this foot. These are your 1/4 inch feet. It's the O foot, and you have one with the guide and one without. So you have the option to use either of those. And then this here is the satin foot or the F foot. These are used for applique or monogramming or decorative stitches. What's unique about these feet is they have more space right back here. These metal bars lift the foot a little. So if you have a bulky stitch, then the stitch can feed smoothly under these special feet. So this is the F foot, and you're going to get F1 and F2. Then these are some utility feet. We have this one right here is the, let me see, G foot. We have that available for, let me see, we got this is the over edge foot. The G is the blind hem foot, and D is the rolled hem foot. So those are a lot of common sewing applications when people are making clothes or finishing napkins or anything like that. I even use the over edge foot for the edge of my quilts before I put my binding on, because it just gathers it up and it gives the edge of the quilt a little body when I'm putting the binding on. So these are just some really common feet that you'll see. And of course we have a zipper foot, so you can use it on the left or the right. And then these are the button tools. You have a button sew on foot, and you literally can measure the button right here, and you've got a little adjustment to make the width of it a little bit bigger or smaller, so that you, when you test that buttonhole and you make sure your button can fit in, sometimes you may need a little more easing. So just by turning that screw, I can make that just a little bigger or a little smaller to fit the button precisely. This also comes with a little stabilization plate right here. So I'll just pull this out, and there's a rubber grip on the bottom here. So this really holds everything together. so that when you're feeding that, you're going to get a beautiful, beautiful buttonhole that will follow with the feed dogs really smoothly. So a nice, clean looking buttonhole. And then this is your button sew on foot. You don't even have to do it by hand. So these are the things that come with it. You get also the straight stitch plate. So I'm going to just show you this really quickly. I'm going to key in on the fact that there's 3 holes. Normally, when we have this plate, I'll put my hand behind it so you can see it a little bit better right there. There's actually 3 different holes. And the reason for that is we can use a left needle straight stitch, we can use a right needle straight stitch, and we can use a center. Plus, my favorite is I can actually use my 1/4 inch foot. So what happens, it'll move the needle over to the 1/4 inch foot, and that way all of my fabric is still on the feed dogs when I do that. So that's one of the benefits of using that special straight stitch plate. Plus, if I'm doing any free motion work, I typically want that straight stitch plate on. So these would be the standard accessories. We missed a couple over here. Let's come right over here up on the top. These are basically the floating quilting feet. So we have one that you can use both with a left needle position or with a zigzag for quilting. This machine has variable zigzag. We have this one that's open right here, really good to see, and that's for that zigzag as well, both of these feet. This can also be used for echoing. And then we have the closed and the open floating feet. And I'll show you a little bit with 1 or 2 of these feet. We'll do a little free motion demo so you could see how they work. And then this one right here is the ruler foot. So it's got a really tall sidewall on the foot. You can see from the side that it's really tall, and it's a 1/2 inch circle, and the needle's right in the center. This machine actually has a ruler work application to be able to use so many of these awesome feet. So I'm going to scoot this out of the way, and we'll just move it. And then we're going to start showing some of these things that this machine can do. If you want to come back up to the top, I'm going to show this superior needle threader that we have and how great it works. So this machine is currently not threaded. And before I thread it, I want to make sure that the needle's in the very top position all the way up. So I just am pressing this needle up down button to make it come all the way to the top. And when you thread it, we want to lock the machine. So right on the screen, there's a little key. It looks like a little skeleton key. When I press that, you'll see right away, it's got this big giant padlock on there. So you'll know that it's turned on. And I'll follow the thread path. The key is opening up those tension discs and making sure that it is easily able to thread precisely the first time. So I've got a little thread guide right here. This little metal bar protects the machine from wear. And then I'm going right behind this guide and right there where it says number 9 into the alligator teeth and then cut it. Okay, once I've done that and it's locked, the foot's out of the way, I'm just going to pull down and it is threaded. You can see right here, I'll hold the tail. If I can grab it. Right there. So I'm already threaded. And then I want to turn that off when I'm done. And then you'll see it'll just go back to a standard screen right there whenever it's ready. So very, very easy to thread. It even has a numbered path, so it makes it really easy to follow. We've got some thread in there. Let's just show you a couple of quick things real fast. So I just got some stabilizer under here because it's just a single layer. And I'm going to just put the needle down. I'm going to activate some of these standard stitches over here. We'll just pick some decorative stitch. How about something in there? Oh, that looks pretty, right? So the stabilizer is going to make that stitch look really pretty. We'll go ahead and start with my needle down, and I'm going to press this button right here. You'll see that it looks like a needle through the foot. So whenever the needle is down, that lets us pivot the fabric if we need to. So we'll just go ahead and sew, and I'll bring the speed all the way up so you can see. This is the decorative stitch. Decorative stitches do sew a little slower because they're moving back and forth. Okay, so I'll stop. You could see now that the foot lifted up, and if I wanted to change directions now, as soon as I press the gas, it's automatically going to lower the foot and continue sewing. Okay, And then if we want to do our locking stitch, we can press that bullseye button. You want to show it up here? This will be great. So we're going to just pan over to the button so you can see we've touched the button and you see it's blinking. And what it does is when it does the locking stitch, it's going to sew 4 stitches, finish the pattern, and sew the locking stitch. And then it'll be done, and now I can cut. So those blinking lights, they're often red, but if they're blinking, that means that they're active. They've got to finish that. So there's my beautiful decorative stitch, and there's my pivot. And you can see that if we use that tapering feature, the tapering would allow you to turn the corner on that. With just the general stitching, it won't do that. Let's show you top speed with just a straight stitch. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and we'll cut it. I've used this black because I just want to be able to show you nice and clean how beautiful that stitch is, right? So that's sewed really fast, and you could see it's absolutely a gorgeous stitch. All right, let's show you a couple of fun other things that we have. So I want to show you some of the sewing applications features. So I've got a little bit of patchwork, and I'm going to just change the foot really quick. So right now, the A foot is on there. Okay, that's the foot that we use. I'm going to grab the foot with the guide. So this is the O foot with guide. And we're going to show you the screen first to set it up. And then I'll show you the sewing part. So that's for my cameraman so he can help follow me because we're dancing. All right, so we're going to go on the screen. We're going to go to the sewing applications menu. So that's that t-shirt button with all these little icons. And sewing features are the first tab. And quilting features are the second tab. So if you're a quilter, this machine has a lot of amazing features for quilting. So we're going to do this patchwork piecing right here. Touch that. And you'll see that Janome has a 1.8 millimeter stitch for piecing. It's a little tighter than average. And that makes sure that when you're chain piecing and you're cutting those pieces apart, you are not going to lose your place. You're not going to have that thread back out for you. And I've got that pivot on, and I'm going to show you why we want to use that. So when I start with this chain piecing, the first thing I want my needle down, okay? And I'm going to raise my foot. Let's get this thread back behind there. So I've got just a couple of little patchwork pieces, and I'm going to line it right up against the guide and right up against the needle. So the reason I put the needle down is so that I know where the foot is going to start sewing. And on the screen, I've got that 1/4 inch patchwork stitch. And what that does is it gives me the option to memorize. So I'm going to sew the first one. Oh, sorry guys, I am sewing from the side. So it's making it a little bit challenging. I'm just going to cut this and I'll reset that. I think we'll have to throw that one out. He needs a little ripping. We'll just sew the other side. All right, let's make sure our thread is good. I got both threads. We should be fine. All right, so I want a different size. So let me get it right up there, and I want that needle right at the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to sew this piece, and I'm going to sew it all the way till the end. So let's go a little faster. I'm going to sew right off the edge, 1, 2, 3. Now, I want my awesome cameraman to show you my screen because that's really important. That's the feature that we're trying to share. Okay. Thank you for doing that so smoothly, not making me dizzy. So right on the screen, as long as I sewed my seam all the way, so I sewed from the top and I sewed off of the little piece of fabric and I counted to 3. That 3 is my chain piecing space so I can cut my pieces apart. I have to sew the next piece the exact same size. And now when I go back to the machine, the pivot feature has my foot up and my needles down. And I'm just going to lay this next piece right up against it. And as soon as I start sewing, it's going to bring the foot down. And watch this. I'm not going to do anything. My foot's on the gas. The machine knows that I'm at the end of the stitch, and it's automatically going to stop sewing. So this is really useful if, say, I have 2.5 inch squares and then it doesn't sew it correctly. Well, then I know that square is not 2.5, right? So I can do hundreds of pieces like this. We'll just do one more just to prove that it's actually working. The machine will ask you if you want to sew a different size, and if you don't, then you just keep sewing and it'll just keep on going for you. So I can just feed it through there and it's going to automatically turn off. And another thing that can be used for is we have a locking stitch option. We didn't use that. We just used the general patchwork option. But for things like hexagons where you need to sew right to your 1/4 inch, then you can do that. And so now I can cut all these pieces apart. The machine also has an option where after it's done, it could actually cut these. So you could actually have the machine cut these all for you if you set that in the selection menu. Very, very customizable, this machine. It offers you a lot of options. So that's the patchwork foot. So let me grab a couple of other things. We want to show some of our fabulous quilting features that we have available for this machine. So I've just got a little quilt sandwich, and I'm going to grab a couple of those feet. We'll just use 2. I'll put them up here. I've got to change the foot, so pretty easy to do. It comes, of course, with the screwdriver, and I'm just going to take this whole foot off, the whole anklet for the ruler work setting. So this whole piece would come off, and then for the ruler work, this whole piece comes on. I usually finger tighten it and then make sure you secure it. Okay, you don't want it wiggling. It should be nice and secure. It fits on perfectly. You don't have to guess where it goes. It fits exactly on. And I've just got a little bit of fabric here. I'll put that under the foot. We're going to go to the screen. I want to show you again the sewing applications menu and how you get to that ruler work setting, right? So all of these sewing applications, again, they're under this t-shirt, and we're still on this quilting tab, and you can see right there, it says ruler work. So we could just select that. We do have the right foot on, and medium and light is the thickness of your batting. So if your batting is really thick, the foot's going to be a little higher, so you'll select medium, and light is for thinner batting. And again, just like we said before, anytime that you want to make adjustments right here, you can do plus or minus for tension adjustments, or you could change the foot options right here. Okay, so we'll close that, and we're going to use the light setting. And I have a little ruler right here, and we'll just really quickly just sew a little tiny bit. Let me see if I can get my needle picked up. So I'm going to grab that bobbin thread. I guess short thread needs a little help to pick up. So 2 of those will generally make it so I can pick that bobbin thread up pretty easily, and we'll just put this inside. Okay, so I'll just put my needle down, tuck these threads underneath, and I'm just going to line this right up. And I hope you'll bear with me as I sew here. I'm just kind of sewing from the side a little bit. So I'm just going to follow the shape, just like that. Normally you would want to be sitting right in front of this. I can tell I'm shifting a little bit. But just by following this shape right here, now I've gone ahead and I've made a cute little ruler design. And there are so many options that you can use with the rulers right there. You could see the stitches look really pretty. I'll hold it up a little bit so you could see it better. Right? So there's so many different rulers and templates out there, anything from straight lines to hearts to circles. And this machine is definitely capable of doing that. So that's a free motion task. And then I brought a little sample just to show you some of the potential for what that could do. You know, when you're sewing, you can really see the texture that you can get with this. This is all sewn with those templates. I've got a little heart border and a little tiny circle in there and a little arc right here. So really could see that you have a lot of potential to do some amazing quilting things with some of the features on this beautiful M6. Okay, so I'll pull this out. I'm going to show you another feature that's on here. That's again another quilting feature. So to do some of these demos, we do have to continue switching the feet, but that definitely lets you see that you've got a lot of powerful options for sewing. So this one is the closed toe. I'll put it right here. Let's see if we can make this more visible for you. Can you guys see that? Oh, he's so tiny. right? Give you a good view. So we have this in the open and the closed toe setting, and this is a floating foot. So in order to use it, you're going to use the same anklet for the machine, and you're just going to feed it onto the back and snap it in place. And I'll usually put this one on this way because I've got to connect it in two places, and then go ahead and screw it on just like you normally would. Okay, so I'm just going to pull my thread out a little bit so I have a longer tail. And we'll go back to that sewing applications menu on the screen again. And I appreciate you guys letting us go back and forth. It's such a big machine, right? So we have to go a little ways to show you. So here is the ruler work. You can see right at the top it says ruler work. And we're going to go over to our free motion settings now. So free motion. And if I wanted to use the hopping foot, right up here at the top, you can see this is the hopping foot option, which we have two, the open and closed. But if I want to use the floating foot, I'm going to select down here this straight stitch number 3. And it tells you right on the screen what foot that you're supposed to be using. So we can use either that open or closed free motion foot. And look at this right here. I've got one little dot with my needle, and I'll toggle between it. So 1 dot and 3 dots. I'm going to turn that hover feature off, although I could leave it on. 3 dots and 1 dot. What's the difference? 1 dot means that when I press the gas, this machine is going to pick up just a single stitch so I could pull my bobbin thread up to the top. And as a quilter, I want that, right? I always want my bobbin thread up on the top. So now I'm ready to go. So I won't go crazy. I'm going to make my machine go just a little faster. So typically we recommend this free motion floating foot if you don't have a sandwich that's hugely wavy or bulky or really puffy batting. It's for more of a flat batting, more traditional style, but super easy to use. And we've got 4 different floating options. You've got that bowl foot, the open, the closed, and then we have also the zigzag, which will be kind of in this area too. You can see the zigzag setting right there in the same place. All right, let me cut that. And then I have, let me see, I think I have one more fun demo that we can do that'll just show you some of the power of this machine. All right, let's go ahead and take this off. I'm just going to release that foot. I still want the same anklet. And I'm going to grab that F foot that we talked about. And we have 2 different ones. I'm going to be using the F1 foot. And I'm going to ask my cameraman to get in a little closer when we set the fabric in there so you can really see where the needle is and where the cut is on the foot. So let me get that set up, and then I'll have him bring the camera in and we'll get nice and close. All right. So whenever we're doing quilting applications, we'll go to the screen and I'm going to show you how to get to this sewing applications menu again and show you one other cool feature that's on there. Okay, so we go back to that t-shirt and we're going to select this applique tab now. So we've done a couple of things that are in here. We've kind of done quite a few of these. Yes, I have the correct foot on. I have a few choices right here. When you look on the screen, M means that the stitch will be right in the middle of the needle position, will be right in the middle. So if I have 2 appliques next to each other, the needle would go right down the middle and hook over both of them. The one that I want to use is this right needle position. And the reason I like it is, can you bring your camera over just a little? Let's pretend that this is the edge of the applique here, right on this rectangle. So the right needle position, the needle's going to hook on the outside of the applique here. And as it sews, it's going to hook in and follow the edge and stitch up and hook in and follow the edge. And so that's what I want. I want the thread lay down on the side of the applique and hooking over, and that's this right position. So you'll see all of these are labeled like that. Middle, right, middle, right. This one will have a triple stitch. The applique will have a triple stitch. The blanket is just hooking over and moving up. It's a little narrower. And the zigzag is more like a buttonhole stitch, really tight. going to do full satin stitch around the edge of an applique. So you have lots of choices. And again, you can always make an adaptation to how big your stitch length is or how far apart your stitches are. All those settings are right here in the setting tab, and you can also mirror this stitch if you need it to go the opposite direction. Okay, so I'm going to bring mine up really close. What I'm using instead of stabilizer is I actually have batting back here, and I'm going to sew around it, and I'm going to cut the extra batting away and use this as a faux trapunto. And let me show you how pretty the stitch actually is. I'm going to bring it up close. Can you see that really good? So that's the stitch that we used, this right applique stitch, and it's got a triple stitch out here on the edge right there. So there's a lot of thread laid down right there to really clean up the look of the applique. So I'm just going to do one little bit of this yellow. I've got the yellow thread in here, and we'll just sew just a tiny bit so you can kind of see how that works. So right when I start, I'm going to have the machine set where it will do a locking stitch right at the beginning. And that's a feature that this machine has. When you're doing any kind of applique, you can control where the locking stitch happens or not. So right at the beginning, when I start off, it's got the locking stitch and it'll do that right at the beginning. So I'll just let it sew. Let it finish its locking stitch. And then you see it starts to move up. And there's a little cut in the foot, a tiny little slit. And as I sew, I'm just going to keep that right along the edge of the applique. And what that does is that means that thread will go right along that outer edge. Now, I want to show you one thing that I would do with applique. I'd also use that pivot feature so that when I need to adjust this curve right here as I'm following it, then the machine will actually pick the foot up for me, and I don't have to use any hands. So I've just sewn a little bit. I'll just cut it and just show you what it looks like. Okay, I don't need you to like wait and watch for hours and hours, right? But right there, look how beautiful that is. Absolutely think that is some of the most gorgeous stitching. I see I got that little thread in there. That'll cut right out. Don't worry about that. I sewed over it. I should have pulled that out, right? But that's not sewn in there. It's just kind of tucked under. I'll just cut that later. But really allows for some really, really beautiful stitching. Want to see some random other feature that we have in here? I'll press the screen and I'll just show you the sample at the same time. Let's go up to the screen. So again, sewing applications, press our little t-shirt. Sashiko stitching is something that you can do with monofilament. You basically are putting either a matching thread or a clear thread in the top, and the tension is set really high. It's going to pick up that bobbin thread and pull it to the top. And look at how cute this sample is. Let's see if we can get it to focus right in there. Look how beautiful that is. So I just made myself a little zipper bag right here so that I can have something to protect my scissors. And then now I've got my really cute little sashiko bag right there. And this was done just with that sashiko feature and just following the directions right on the screen, letting that tension adjust. I did use a stabilizer under there. It gave me a better stitch, but I absolutely love how it looks. All right, so we have gone over a ton of the features on this machine, and the clock is ticking, so I just want to show you just a few more things. So everything that we showed you just now, all the demos that we did, the quilting demos, some of the patchwork demos, the general sewing things, all of those features and those feet are included in the machine, right? When you buy it, you're going to get everything that we showed you on that little plate, right? But this machine does have features that make it a huge value that are optional accessories. And I just picked a few that I think are like the most important ones, and I want to share those with you right now. So the first one I'm going to talk about is one that we mentioned earlier, and it's called AccuFeed. So I'll just bring it up. I'll set it right here. Is that good for you to be able to show it? So this is the AccuFeed foot. So the way that Janome's AccuFeed works is it's a box stitch. So it actually has this mechanism right here. I'll actually just pick it up and I want to show you. When I press this button, see how the top feed right here activates? It actually has feed dogs on the bottom of this. Like if you turn it over, you can physically see that there's feed dogs right there. And it's going to grab the top of the fabric so that everything moves together. So this right here is the button that we turn on, and then it's going to activate. And what's nice about it is when we're on the screen and this is active, we showed you that box at the beginning, but it didn't show any numbers. If we turn this on and we have this foot on, we can make the top feed faster or slower. So if you have fabrics that are not feeding perfectly even, we can speed it up or slow it down so that the one layer feeds more evenly with the other layer, kind of like a differential feed that you might find on a serger. So a really powerful technique. And then I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to pull this off, wiggle it, see if I can get it off. This piece right here, this is the AD foot, and it's got the wide zigzag opening. You can see where my finger is. But there's lots of different sole plates that can be used with this, including a 1/4 inch foot, a stitch in the ditch foot. So there's a lot of different features that this can offer you once you have this twin dual feed foot right here. There's a lot of accessories that can go with that. So all of those are optional for the machine, but the machine is capable of using it. That the feature of that dual feed is integrated right into the machine, but you would need to buy the foot in order to use it. So anytime you have those big long borders that are wavy or anything like that, this is a great way to get all those delicate fabrics or tough fabrics to feed perfectly evenly together. Also great for quilting. So we'll set this one aside. This is the dual feed, and this is the AD foot. It's optional accessory for the M6. Okay, the next one I want to show is actually you need 2 pieces in order to do it. So I'll put those 2 pieces up together. Okay, so this one is called the HP foot. And when I tip this up, I just want to tip this up a little bit. You'll see I'll point to the hole right there. That is the left needle position. So when I put this plate on, it actually moves the needle over to the left to match up with this plate. I can't just use this foot. I need to use these together. They work together. So this is a left needle position, and then your feet, your fabric will ride on only the one feed dog, and it can sew ridiculously fast, and it's a high-speed, professional straight stitch foot. Like you see with those commercial machines, that's this foot, and it will sew really fast. In fact, it's too fast for me. I need to usually lower the speed so I can control it, but it sews an absolutely beautiful straight stitch. So you could use these together, and I'm going to just keep these here, and I'm going to up the game one more step. So this does not use AccuFeed. This is just standard feed with your feed dogs. But if I have fabric that is difficult, I can bring up my HP2 foot, and you can see it's like 2 little skis and the needle in the center. It's a straight stitch only, no zigzag. But now I can plug that into that dual feed, and I can use the dual feed with my little high-speed professional foot. So when you're doing, multiple layers, things like that, one of the things that I like to use this for is really close top stitching, and I also like to use it for piecing. So this is a scant 1/4 inch. So if you have that fabric that really just needs that 1/4 inch scant piecing, this is going to feed the pieces really well with the AccuFeed, and it's going to give you that perfect measure. So this is called the HP2 foot, and this is an optional accessory. To use either of these feet, you will have to have the HP plate, right? So that's important for you to note, because then the needle position is dictated by that plate, and that's what these feet require. All right, so let's set these aside. So that was the two different features and 3 different feet that we shared. I want to show you that as a quilter, I like my knee lift, so I'm going to share that. I thought that was important. It's important to show you this because this machine has the ability to receive the knee lift, right? So this is an accessory that you can purchase if you want to use it. But if you had a machine that didn't have this port, you never could have that as an option, right? It just wouldn't be available. So this is a really great feature. It lets me lift up the presser foot when I push it with my knee lift, and then I can use both of my hands to manipulate whatever's going on the bed of the machine. So I love this accessory, but it is an optional accessory for this machine. All right, let's see what else we got. We've got only like one or two more cool things. Okay, this thing is so great. I'm just going to put it up here. What is that contraption? That looks so crazy. Okay, in order to show you how it works, we got to do a little adjusting. So I'm going to take this bobbin cover off and flip this around. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Upside down. Stick it in there. Okay, I just heard it click in. And then I'm just going to show you if I do this, right? One is locking and one is opening. So I can move this around. And let's get some fabric up here, some random fabric. And we'll stick that right on there like this. And let's pick a number. Let's say we want to sew this at 1 5/8. Here we go, 1. So I've got a red line right here that I'm lining up on. And now this is the guide. So mine says 1 inch. So let's pick some other fun decorative stitch. Did you guys like those elephants? I thought those were so cute. Oh, we'll do the cat. This little cat, he's so cute. All right. And then I'm going to make sure I have enough thread here and tuck that under my foot. Oh, I cannot get it from the side, you guys. Sorry. All right. We'll just start up here and we'll just start sewing nice and slow. That gets that thread out of the way so that I don't accidentally sew through it. So you can see right here, I'm riding it right against this cloth guide, and I love this. So for binding, I like to use 3/8, and I can use that cloth guide and I can ride the edge of the quilt right along the guide here, and it offers a bigger, longer alignment, so I can really keep the fabric aligned very precisely. So let's go ahead and we'll cut it. That just showed you how this worked right here. I'm just guiding it right up against that. And it's super easy to adjust the cloth guide. I just press that little unlock button right here. So I just go like that, and then I can just move it anywhere else I want to, and then just relock it with your finger. So super easy to use and really a great accessory to have with this machine. So let's show you my little kitty cats. What did I picked the sheep, darn it. All right, let me cut this thread. So we'll get this out of here for you. And then we'll show you our little sheep. All right, can you see them? So again, lots of options to use the combination stitches to make all kinds of fun different things. Even have some quilty stitches like a spool of thread, a scissors, if you're doing things that are sewer related. And then of course, all kinds of amazing decorative stitches, 400 different stitches and the 5 alphabets with all the different choices. So hopefully we've addressed any questions you might have about this machine. It's just really got a lot of power. It's a strong motor. It's a brushless motor, so it sews really well without a lot of friction on the parts. It's pretty heavy in the sense that it will not walk at all. As I'm sewing, it is holding the machine right in place. There's no wobbling or waffling at all, and you've got all of that workspace. One other optional accessory that I would want is I would like a table. So we do have those options available for you too. There is an extension table that fits right onto this machine, and that is available from Janome. So hope you'll enjoy our demo and check out this machine. It's fabulous and it sews absolutely beautiful. Thanks, you guys. Blaine, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share this with your family, with your SMP family.
Great job, Kate. I tell you what, that's what I've been waiting for, is somebody to really go in depth on this machine, because really you've spent about maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes on this, and we didn't scratch the surface.
No, really. Honestly, I could probably talk another 3 hours because it has a lot of great features.
It just, and that's the thing about it. That's why I say this machine is so underrated. It has got so many top of the line sewing features in there that people don't even know about, and quilting. And, it's just so
it really
awesome.
grows with you.
Yeah, it really does. All right. Well, Kate, we're going to tell them how they can get one of these. Thank you so much for doing this. This was awesome.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
All right. So everybody, this is the Janome M6. Now, again, you see the price right there, $39.99 on this machine. What a great pricing this is. This is what Janome's calling their Christmas in July sale. The price on this is all good all the way through the 31st of July. And again, we have some special financing available if you need it. Now, I just got an update on this. Guys, these things are blowing out of the warehouse right now. We only have 3 of these left as I'm speaking right now. There's 3 of them left. People are absolutely going nuts on this because of the price. You're getting, it's a $1,500 discount right now with the sale on this machine. Plus, you're getting $452 of value of the package that's included, accessory package that we're including in this. So again, if you want to order one of these, it's 800-401-8151. We do have some special financing available on this. And what a great machine. And I also wanted to address something real quick out there too. If y'all buy this, you know, let's say that, for instance, you're in New York and you want to buy this from us and you have a question about servicing and all that. These machines, you can take them just if you want to get just typical service like you do in your car, an oil change and things like that. On this, it would be, you know, they're going to actually just clean the machine and check it out. You can go to almost any dealer. It doesn't have to be a Janome dealer just to get a tune-up, what they call on it. But if you do have any kind of mechanical warranty type problems, you would deal directly with us. If you don't have a local Janome dealer, you would call us and we get the machine shipped back to us and get it covered and all that under warranty. So just kind of want to throw that out there because some people sometimes ask, I don't have a Janome dealer close to me. Well, you can go to any sewing dealer to just get a tune-up on it, kind of like you do your car with an oil change. You don't have to go to the dealership. You can go to anybody can do an oil change. So that's just throwing it out there. All right, so we're going to talk about 2 other machines that we have that in the summer sizzler sale. The next one is the 9410. And again, if you kind of look at that, guys, it kind of looks very similar, doesn't it?
Hold on.
Is that the wrong machine?
Yeah, we got to switch it. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
All right. So I start to say that's the wrong machine.
That is still the M6, but the pricing's all correct.
Yeah. So the 9410, you see that 9410 is the QC. Look at there. Now you can see it looks very similar, though. The color is a little different, but it's a special color from Janome. It's the 9410 QC sewing and quilting machine. And again, you have that endless summer sale. You're getting a $700 discount on this. Plus, you're getting that free accessory package, $640 value, $32.99 on this. Now, we have plenty of these in stock right now. There's over 15 of these in stock, so you'll be able to get one of those. But the other one, the M6, was really selling out. It's probably going to sell out today. As I was speaking, there was 3 left. And so if you want to get one of those, you got to jump on it. But again, these things are so loaded with features. Now, Kennedy, did you put these on SMPLive.tv?
Yes.
So
I'm putting it in the comments.
What y'all can do is go to SMPLive.tv and across the top of the page, Kennedy has those thumbnails of each machine. So what you'll be able to do is click on it and take you to the product page, and you can read all about the machine, how many stitches it has, all the different things that are included. And that'll kind of give you a little guidance there. Kennedy just put that in the chat, the link to the SMPLive.tv. Now, the third machine we're going to talk about today, which is on that Summer Sizzler sale from Janome, is that MB7. This is the 7-needle embroidery machine. And yeah, we didn't leave you embroidery people out. We wanted to talk about it. Look at that price, $58.99 on that. Again, we got great savings for you. You're getting the embroidery, the free arrow. It's an Ava embroidery cabinet coming with this is a value at $13.99. So you're getting the cabinet with this price, all at $58.99. We have some special financing available for this as well. Give us a call at 800-401-8151. And like I said, again, if you want to go check this out, go to smplive.tv and hit that thumbnail, and it'll take you to the product page on our website, and you can read all about it. But these are just 3 of the machines that we have on the extended summer sale all the way till July 31st. And we have more Janome machines. So if you want to check out any of the machines that are on the sale, you can go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. At the very top of the page, just type in Janome, and you can go to the Janome landing page, and you can go through all the machines and see which ones are all on the sale. We got a lot of them that are on the special today, but these all go till July 31st, and we just highlighted 3 of my picks basically because I think these are great values of what you're getting, especially with the bundle that we have thrown in with it. You're getting a great price on all 3 of these. Now to switch gears, Brother also has a sale going on right now. We wanted to kind of highlight a couple, basically 3 Brother machines that I wanted to pick out that I thought were just exceptional values. The very first one I got to tell y'all is the PRS 100. Everybody loves this machine. And, one of the machines, Kennedy, that we had on the auction was this machine, and it was Carly Bell's personal machine that she traded in to us that we put on the auction block, and it sold very quickly. But look at that price. These were $49.99. So everybody out there, remember, the price on this was $49.99. This is $39.99. It's $1,000 off, and we're throwing in the free Durkee 4-piece Easy Frame set at its $250 value. Again, give us a call at 800-401-8151. We have some special financing available for you as well. This machine, can't say enough about it. 68 pounds. It's 1 needle, but you got 4 spool thread holders. And what makes it nice, the people out there that already own this, y'all know how easy this is to switch threads. Basically, if you have 1 color of thread that you're sewing, all you would have to do up at the top where you see that thread mask is basically cut the thread that you're using, and then the new thread, tie it to it and pull it through. And then basically, once you get it all pulled through, cut it, and then it has an automatic needle threader, and you can be up and changing colors. Actually, within about 5 seconds, you can change colors in it. It's extremely fast to change colors. And that gets that price way down when it doesn't automatically, have different needles. So this is a great machine. You can put hat hoops on it. You can do a lot of different things. It has that cylinder arm. You can do bags, shoes, socks, pant legs, shirt cuffs. So many things you can do with this. It is awesome. And it's not so bulky and heavy that you can't, it takes 2 people, but you could take this to, I know a lot of people take these to craft shows. They take it to flea markets and actually make custom hats and things right on site. So great machine. Now, the second machine we're talking about is another embroidery machine, and this is called the Skitch. This is the one that everybody thinks looks like a coffee maker, and it's about the size of a coffee maker. It is extremely small. This is, again, a 1 needle machine. The normal price on this is $4.99. We have it right now for $3.99. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you've got somebody that you would like to get a gift to, a college student, or somebody could take this to school, if you just wanted an embroidery machine to take with you on the road in your RV, this is an incredible, incredible machine to have. It's extremely compact and lightweight, and it does a fabulous job on it. And the hoop size on this is 4x4. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So it has a 4x4 embroidery field on this. And again, guys, look at that price, $399. That's the price of some sewing machines, like just basic sewing machines. $399 for an embroidery only free arm machine. And people absolutely love this thing. We have some financing available as well. Give us a call at 800-401-8151, or you can go to smplive.tv and click on that thumbnail, and it'll take you to the product page. And the last product I want to highlight, it is the Brother Sublimation printer. And again, the normal price on this is $399. We have it right now, $349. This is an extremely low price on this machine, that probably the lowest we've had. You can finance this as well. We have some special financing available. But if you want to get into sublimation, this is a great offering from Brother. Such a good machine. And I know we've had some demonstrations on this with Carly Bell and Cindy Hogan, doing some things with the sublimation. Great price today on this. 800-401-8151 if y'all want to order any of these. And there you go. That's my 6 picks for the summer sale. And I tell you what, those are some bargains on that, and very popular machines. And Kennedy, I need to take a update on the M6 and see Still 3 left. There's still 3 left on the M6. So it probably will sell out today. And what a great bargain that is on that one. So, all right, Kennedy, are you ready to give something away?
I am ready.
Are y'all ready to win something out there today? All right, so all you had to do is watch the show today, and we're going to tell you a key word to put in. So if you want to win something. So first thing we're going to do, I want you to put the word card, C-A-R-D, in your chat right now. If you want a chance to win a $25 SMP gift card. And what this will do is whoever wins it will email you a code. And basically, you can just, when you get at your checkout at SMP, you can just put the code in and it'll save you $25 off your order. It's very simple. If you're local in Southern California, you shop in our store and you win it, you can just take that code in the store, the retail store, and they can also honor that code right in the store and take $25 off your purchase. So, all right. So, Kennedy, you ready to spin that wheel?
I am ready.
All right. Spin that wheel. Let's get us a winner. Lady Fair. Lady Fair is our winner. She's watching today from YouTube, so congratulations. How to claim that prize, you need to go to SewingMachinesPlus.com. Scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and once we get that in, we will email you that gift card code back and you'll be able to use it at $25 at checkout. That's simple, Kennedy. All right, next up, we are going to give one of a set of our event bags, and these come in 8 different colors. Their whole bundle is $49.99 on our website. Individually, you can buy them for $9.99, and they all have unique sayings on them. So what I want you to do right now, you probably already figured this out, haven't you, Kennedy? Put bag, B-A-G, in the chat right now if you want a chance to win a set of these, and we will draw that name out. And, these are really cool because these are kind of like the permanent shopping bags that you get that you go to the grocery store and stuff and shop with. And a lot of people use those. But, Kennedy, what do you think the most things people use these for is?
Fabric.
Yes, they stuff them full of fabric. That's their fabric stash. All right, Kennedy, let's spin that wheel. I see some familiar names popping up. Here we go. Elaine Gibson, watching today from Facebook. So congratulations, Elaine. Elaine, you just won yourself a set of our event bags. How you're going to claim that prize is go to SMPLive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim my prize. Fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and we'll get your bag set sent out to you. All right, next up is one of our world famous sewing mats. So guess what you're going to type in the chat? You're going to type in mats, M-A-T-S, M-A-T-S in the chat if you want a chance to win one of these. And Kennedy, what do I always say about our sewing mats?
If you do not have a sewing mat under your machine, you're doing your machine a disservice.
I couldn't say it any better myself. And it is absolutely true. These things are so functional. They come in 13 different colors, 4 different sizes, and we have a size just for your machine. If you want to know the dimensions, all you have to do is go to SewingMachinesPlus.com, type in sew mats in the search bar. It'll take you to our sew mat page, and you can see the dimensions of each size so you can get the perfect size for your machine. And for a side note, that blue is absolutely the exact match of Brother Blue. The gold is the exact match of Baby Lock Gold. And and then we have a lot of other different colors beside that probably match your machine. So Kennedy, spin that wheel. Here we go. Teresa Rapper. Rapper?
I'm not sure.
I think I would pronounce that rapper. Teresa Rapper, watching today from YouTube. So congratulations, Teresa. You just won yourself a sewing mat. Now, what we need you to do to claim that prize, Teresa, is go to smplive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of the page where it says claim my prize. Fill out all that information complete. And most importantly, in the little notes section you'll see there, type in what color of sewing mat you want, what size, and when we get that information, we will get that right out to you. And all of y'all so far that have won, you have 30 days to claim that prize, or Kennedy puts it right back in her prize closet. All right, next up is going to be a sewing machine, and we're going to give away a Janome 2212. So in the chat right now, I want you to type in 2212. 2212 numerically, the numbers 2212 if you want a chance to win this. This is the Janome 2212. It's a 12-stitch sewing machine, and it is a great little sewing machine, a $199 value on this. And so as y'all are putting in the chat 2212, we're getting ready to spin that wheel to get us a winner. Now, Kennedy, this is a great machine for taking to classes, retreats, and things. I have people tell me all the time they use a 2212 for that, just exclusively. And it's a really extremely lightweight machine. You know, it's great for your RV, your camp, wherever you want to take it. I know people even take machines with them on vacation when they go places, and so they have a little travel machine, and this is a great travel machine. All right, Kennedy, let's spin that wheel. All right, Brenda Buck, congratulations. Brenda Buck is watching today from YouTube. So Brenda, you just won yourself a Janome 2212 sewing machine. And to claim that prize, we need you to go to smplive.tv. Scroll down toward the bottom of that page where it says claim my prize, fill out all that information complete, hit submit, and we will get that shipped right out to you. That simple. All right, so one of the things before we get off here today, I wanted to kind of tell y'all, kind of clear up. I think there was some people chatting about it. The Floriani event that we're doing, the Total Control Summit, is a virtual event. You'll be able to sign up. You'll be able to watch it from home and sign up. It will not be recorded, so you will not be able to see it again. It's going to be like you're there live in the studio, you know, like in the audience watching. So you can take that class. You'll get the big swag bag. It'll be a 3-day long class, so I encourage y'all to go sign up because we probably will sell out all the spots out on that. And then the other event, the Unique Experience with Grace, is just like one of our regular shows like today, and you'll just be able to go like you normally watch on those dates on YouTube, Facebook, or all the other social media networks that we put it on. You'll be able to go there and see it. So anyway, I hope that kind of cleared it up. And anyway, thank y'all for coming in today. I hope y'all enjoyed today. A big shout out to Kate Quinn. What a great job she did on the demonstrations. And always a pleasure working with her. And we hope that y'all will tune in next Thursday. We'll be here again, same time, same place. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you then.